All right, welcome. You are here because you are trying to replace this high-mounted center rear brake light on your Hyundai Accent hatchback. So this is a 2017 Hyundai Accent hatchback, and the problem was, and stay with me because this was a real pain. I got all the steps for you. The process: this is burnt out. Of course, it's LED, so you have to go buy a new one from the dealership. So this is what you get from the dealership, okay? So it actually mounts like this, and there's a spot. Sorry, had it backwards. This hole here is where your windshield washer fluid sprays out of, and then there's those three tabs that screws go into, okay? So those three tabs are mounted underneath here. So there's one tab, two tabs, three tabs. They take a Phillips screwdriver. But the fun doesn't end there, okay? So you spent your $60 or whatever you ended up paying for this, and you got it. Okay. So let the fun and games continue. Bear with me here. So underneath here, you've probably looked at it yourself, there's a strip of plastic. And that strip of plastic is held on with automotive double-sided tape. So you literally just need to pry that off using a pry tool or pocket knife or something like that. Okay? Once you get it off, it's not going to go back on. So now you need to go and clean up this surface and find some automotive double-sided tape somewhere. You can do that later though, because it's just a piece of trim that looks nice. How do you actually replace this? Well, that's where the fun and games begin. So you see this strip of double tape here. The automotive manual for this car does not show it, but this car comes with a piece of double-sided tape underneath the spoiler, okay? So you might have been thinking you either need to take that little strip off or take the spoiler off, and the bad news is you have to do both. Okay, let's go on the inside. On the inside, you need a 10mm socket, okay? Oh, here we can see this part here. At least you can get it for a visual. So you gotta take off this one. Inside there's another nut that looks like this, 10mm. So you take that one off, take this cover off, take that one out. Right hand side has two, take this one out, take that one out, and you would think that your rear spoiler on your hatchback comes off. And it almost does. It feels like something in the middle is holding it on, and that is the double-sided tape. So then you need to get a pry tool. And so the pry tool I used was, bear with me here, was a paint scraper. And you take your black electrical tape and you wrap your paint scraper, and then you can carefully get it underneath the lip that you've already pried up, work your way along, pry up, pry up, pry up, and eventually the double-sided tape in here gives way and it pops up. You really need two people to do this job. So once it pries up, you're going to remove it, and you've got a couple spots to fish this wire through. So this wire comes not only out of the spoiler, but it also comes out of the rear hatch. And so you're going to fish that out partly through here, okay? I should have mentioned before you start all of this, you need to disconnect your washer line, and you really don't want this to go up inside, which really isn't a hassle because you can just pop this off and you can get at it, which is all fine and dandy. But trying to get that hose back onto that fitting there, I wouldn't want to do that. Like, you would think that the spoiler is hollow. Well, I'm sure it is, but there's no access. Once you get the spoiler off, it's like a sealed unit. So it's not like once you get the spoiler off, you're going to be able to reach inside here and touch the back of this, or even like see that hose. You can't see the hose once you've got the spoiler off. So be very careful that you don't pull the hose off of that little nipple in there. Okay? I think that's all my tips, tricks, and suggestions for this, but you definitely would want two people to be able to hold on to this And so I'm just going to throw it out there. My local Hyundai dealership charges almost $200 an hour. And I would definitely expect the dealership to charge half an hour's labor for one person to do this job. Possibly an hour's labor, because it is kind of a two-person job to be able to hold on to the spoiler and fish stuff through. So if you're doing it for the first time, definitely plan on an hour. Definitely have a second set of hands. Okay? If you like this, please hit like and subscribe. Although this isn't what I do on my channel. I've got more of an outdoors channel. And if you can hear off in the distance, there's geese honking. There's a lake nearby. I did this job with my son, and really, it sucked. But it didn't really suck, right? Things could be worse. Good luck. I wish you well. And yeah, get on that.